Welcome back to TruckU. One of the joys of owning a new vehicle, or even one that's a couple years old, right, is when somebody comes along and either takes stuff out of your vehicle or removes parts from it when you're not paying attention. We all hate that. One of the things that some of these guys are taking are the catalytic converters.
Now what they'll do is they'll come and get the easiest one. Now this one's got 4 on it, it's Tacoma, but what they'll do is get the easiest one and whack it off on either sides, take it to a metal recycling shop, and they're getting anywhere from 40 to 150 bucks a piece for these things because inside the catalytic converter is some precious metals. Now not only is it going to leave you high and dry in the parking lot, but it's going to cost you about 4 to 5 times to replace that. So you can see that'll add up really quick.
The bad part is it's relatively easy for them to get that part out. All they need is a little bit of time, an unattended vehicle, and a battery-powered reciprocating saw, and it's a little cut, and it's out, right? So I'm not trying to give you any ideas or anything, but I'm just letting you know it is pretty easy. Fortunately, though, there's a new product on the scene that's going to help you keep your cat where it's at.
Now this is our cat clamp. Inside this box is everything you need to keep your catalytic converter secure underneath your vehicle. A universal kit which will work on over 99% of all targeted cars and trucks.
Now what makes this system universal are these little inserts right here that go in these clamps. Now these will actually fit around any exhaust size from 1 3/4 all the way up to 3 inches. So you're going to have a wide variety of systems that you can put this on.
Now the way this kit works is these collars go on either side of your catalytic converter. Then you've got these linear cables which secure it all together. And the big thing here are these frame loops which will tie it to the frame or chassis of your vehicle. Now, what's cool about it is the way it works is every one of these goes through, these cables goes through these little holes. Once it ties down to your exhaust pipes, these spread out and lock it in place so you know your converter will stay where it needs to be underneath your truck.
Now the best part about it is it's a nice easy installation. You don't have to cut anything. There's no welding or anything, no drilling. It's just nice and quick and easy.
Yeah, we can be done in about 30 minutes or so. And you know, one thing I want to bring to attention is how expensive a catalytic converter is. Now, the 2 prime vehicles out there to be stolen, well, you got your Tacoma, which is this truck right here, and 4Runner. We did some calls this morning and found out that these things can cost between $1,300 to $1,800 to replace. So you realize now how effective and what a good savings it could have to keep this thing secure underneath your vehicle.
Yeah, that's pretty ridiculous, those numbers, man. And that's a bad day if you wake up and find that cat missing, no doubt.
So we're back underneath our Tacoma putting our cat clamp in place, and the first thing we've done is gone ahead and made a reference point on either side of the catalytic converter like we've done right here. What that's for is to give us an idea of where to put these collars on either side. Once the collars are in place, you can see we've gone ahead and run our frame loops around our chassis to get an idea of where this thing's going to clamp on so it can't be taken off.
These frame loops are the 7-footer, so you're going to run those through the cat clamp and then around either the frame or a cross member or some part of the vehicle that's not going to go anywhere, then back through the cat clamp again, and then you can tighten it all down. But before you do that, you need to put in these linear cables right here. So this is the last one. Like we said, this job is probably, 20 to 30 minutes that you can do, and it's nice and easy. So all of those lines and cables are in place. We can tighten everything down with the security type bit right there, and then all this is going to be out of the way, and you're not going to have to worry about any rattling either, so don't worry about any excess cable that's hanging around.
Now keep in mind this is a universal kit too, so the configuration can vary. You can do it any way you want as long as it's tightened to the chassis or the frame somewhere that can't be removed so your catalytic converter can't come off. Now in reality, people are going to look underneath this truck and they're going to see this in place, and that's going to be a deterrent enough. Now keep in mind this is made of 300 stainless, so once they try and cut through this thing, they'll realize that it's just much easier to walk away and go somewhere else.
Generally speaking, most of your crooks are kind of on the lazy side, because if they had a good work ethic, they'd have a job, right? But no, they're out there trying to steal your stuff. If those guys see this, they're just going to head on down to the next truck. All right, we tighten this down, the cat clamp is in, and that job is done.